Yo, what is up YouTube, man? On NBA 2K24, there are two types of PGs you normally see. The small guards, 6'3", 6'4", Patty Mills based, high shooting, pick and roll PGs. And then there's the 6'6", ISO 94 driving dunk guards you will see running the 5 out. But today, I got you guys with a 6'8 PG. We're going to get into all the details about this build. As you guys can see, 6'8", 230, 6'11 wingspan. When it comes to the finishing, I have this 88 driving layup. I get that LeBron James layup style. And on top of that, going 88 instead of 87, I get Hall of Fame float game. Now, when it comes to the dunking, only 36 driving dunk, but when you pair that with the 73 standing dunk, whenever this build cuts, whenever you're in the paint, you're going to consistently dunk the ball. And with that driving dunk, if you're open in the paint, it's going to dunk it every single time. So where the dunking, it doesn't seem that great. It's actually pretty elite, not to mention the post control on this build. You are 6'8", so you will be having mismatches to go along with the high shooting, the 85-3 for the Bronze Limitless, the 93 mid-range, which is also your post fade rating. It can fade from the midi. You can do post stops. Offensively, it really does everything on the court. When it comes to the playmaking, 85 ball handle, you get that Jamal Murray behind the back, and that's the max that this build can get. You also do get the gold unpluckable instead of the silver because you got the 92 post control. You see the pass axe 77. It's, not the greatest. I like having higher pass axe, but on a build like this, the 77 definitely works. 55 speed with ball. As you guys have been seeing a lot of the videos of people talking about not putting speed with ball on your point guard, you can definitely make it work. I'll be making a specific video talking just about that, but you don't really need speed with ball to actually get yourself open. When it comes to the defense, 85 steal, 82 perimeter. This build is very solid on the perimeter defense. Not a lock, but pretty close. Another thing too, though, you also get the 77 block, 61 interior for the anchor. So if you are guarding somebody that is a 5-out PG, or maybe they just like trying to bully guards in the paint, that's not going to happen on this build. Some rebounding too. 60 offensive rebound gets you bronze rebound chaser. You can do that driving kick offense where whenever your center shooting the ball, you can crash for the board, get your team an extra possession. Good speed, good excel, good strength. You actually get physical handles on Hall of Fame, and I'll be making a video talking about that as well, where you can kind of just shoulder people out of the way. You got the immovable enforcer to help you on defense as well. You see the stats, but I'm going to let you guys see this build in action. So what I'm going to be doing is going into the random rec. If I had a full made squad, I would have the teammates that are going to mask this build's weaknesses and enhance the strengths, but in random rec, that's not the situation. You got to play with whatever teammates you get. As you guys can see, we actually do got a GOAT tier center on our team, so that's going to help. I'm shooting 68% from the field, 60% from 3. You can see averaging 30 points a game with this build, and you're going to see everything I upgraded. There's nothing I'm neglecting. There's the 77 pass act right there. Once again, it's not the fastest pass in the world. Yes, 89 for the Halliburton pass style is always better, but on a build like this where you're able to do so much, you can see me getting bumpy on defense. You can't have everything you want. That's that 88 layup right there. LeBron James layup style is broken. It just goes through people. They cannot get a contest. Dribbling up right here. Seeing my guy wide open in the corner. The pass gets there plenty fast. The needle threader on bronze popping up every single time. That's why I went with the 77. And I run the Ja Morant pass style. It's really good for what I like to do. Little blitz steal right there. The 85 steal I have found is really good. I mean, you can get interceptions. You can get pluck steals. You can use the right stick ripper. It's decent. It's not a pure lock. It's not a 99 steal lock. But whenever somebody's dribbling in your face, you can pluck the ball from them right here. You can see that 85 ball handle. 55 speed with ball. Again, it gets me open. It's not the fastest thing in the world, and you will see this build, it's not just a hold the ball in my hands the whole time. For most game modes, though, that's not really a necessity. Yes, if you're playing Comp Pro Am at the highest level, you need to have a small guard with Patty Mills base that has the super high ball handling. But if you're playing Park, if you're playing Rec, it's more important to be more versatile. As you guys can see, I'm not just a shoot off the dribble kind of guy. I can catch and shoot very well with that Hall of Fame catch and shoot. Again, my teammate hits me right here. They try to jump. I'm getting bumps. I'm getting steals. I'm passing the ball. You're going to see later, I'm even getting rebounds with this build. Once again, the LeBron James layup right here. He contests it. It's yellow. But it doesn't matter with that high layup right here. Before the half ends, I have not missed a single shot. You guys saw all the ways I'm scoring the ball. Also, no turnovers on this build. Now, if you're playing a pure lock, it's going to be a little bit tough. There's going to be situations where he's playing good defense, so you got to be a bit more crafty. Look at this, man. Bulldozer on silver. This build has some strength on it, so I'm able to knock small PGs that are guarding me out of the way. And then once I knock him out of the way and get the layup, man, you guys already know what that is. Again, right here, I can see one of their guys is not moving for a second, so I'm taking advantage, getting my shot off. He's back after I'm able to green that 3 right there. 28 points, 4 assists, ripping this guy once again, using that steal on this build. I specifically went 82 perimeter defense so I could get that silver challenger as well. It's a super valuable badge to get if you're not trying to get that 94 perimeter defense to make a lock type build. Steal right here, passing it down the court. My guy getting an easy dunk in transition. Once again, I got the Mamba takeover now. And on a build that can do, you know, multiple different things like this build, where this build can play defense, it can shoot, it can finish, and it can handle the ball, Mamba is just going to make you that much better at every single thing this build has to offer. Another beautiful thing about this build, too, and I'll be making a separate video about it, but if you're at PG and in the random rec, you know, sometimes you get put out of position, maybe a shooting guard, maybe a small forward. It doesn't matter because this build fits perfectly as those roles, too. It can be a catch and shooter. It can be an off-ball cutter. It can guard ball. You can see right here, going to the post a bit. That back down Punisher already on gold. Whenever I got small guards on me, especially too whenever we're throwing it on the inbounds in the half court, it's a perfect opportunity to actually post up. And this is a good example of what I was talking about. You don't need a point guard that's just going to have to dribble and have the ball in their hands the whole time. A lot of my buckets I'm getting on catch and shoots. I'm getting on the fast breaks. I'm getting in post-ups. I'm doing layups. I'm seeing my teammates wide open for 3. Check out this next possession too. At the top of the key, you guys saw the 55 speed. Well, I'm sure you guys were worried about it, but right here, you know, side, behind the back, open 3-pointer, shooting over the defender. This build is super good at creating the shot if you're not playing against a top 10 lock in the game. Now, obviously, like I've said earlier in the video, and you can see me, man, playing defense, getting another pluck steal. It's going to be tough sometimes if you're playing against a super good lock. That's why people run the 6'4 PGs. That's why people have the 6'6 PGs. But none of them can quite do what a 6'8 PG can do. None of them are having defense like this build is. I got anchor on a point guard, which really comes in handy. I have a size mismatch when I can take my defender to the post. Right here, if you thought I wasn't serious about the standing dunk and driving dunk rating, every time I cut, every time I get into the paint, if I just hold up on my right joystick, it's going to give me a dunk animation. Some people call it a dunk glitch. It's not quite a glitch, but I mean, it absolutely is super consistent whenever you hold up rather than just going up with X. Finding my teammate. I got another gameplay for you guys to watch right here. It shows a couple more things. Jimmy Butler escape to the right. Good on-ball screen by my center. It's not a situation either where, and you can see the offensive rebounding on this build. 60 doesn't seem like a lot, but that rebound chaser on bronze, it definitely does a little bit of something. I'm always getting just a few offensive rebounds a game, and even some defensive rebounds just because of that badge, just with that 45 D-board. Let me know what you guys think about the build. I love this 6'8 point guard. I think it's great for random rec, for squads rec, for park, for 1s, for 2s, for 3s. Everything except comp pro-am, this build is going to be great. It's a good build too if you're somebody that is more new to dribbling. Maybe you want to try to get into being a PG for NBA 2K25. If you make this build and you're not that great at dribbling, you can't really create, you can still play off-ball really well, you can still play defense really good, and vice versa is true. Maybe you're somebody that's had a small PG, and now, you know, you want something that is a little bit more fun, that you can play defense on, that you can post up with, that's taller, that you can, you know, go for high layups, get some standing dunks. This could be a good build to transition to right here. Again, I got the Mamba, I know where the ball is coming, that's my 4th rebound of the game, running it out. This is one of the few builds in the game where I realistically average something like 30 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds, 4 steals, 3 blocks. I mean, you can do it all with this build. There is another example of the high standing dunk on this build. Throw in the backdoor cut right here. I mean, just a gritty build. Look at this. My teammates, I'm not too sure what they're doing, but they're not in the paint. We have a huge lead. I'm 6'8". I got some rebounding. Why not be the one to get the board so we don't just give them a free possession? And that's really all there is to say. A fun, defensive, tall PG that can really do a lot on offense, that can do a lot on defense, that fits in well with any team, whether you're playing with randoms or a squad. If you guys did enjoy the video, if you do want to drop a like and subscribe, of course, I do appreciate it a ton, man. This is Tonic. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.